Casio unveils the latest in its Privia line of digital pianos. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Casio is Mike Martin, GM of Marketing for Electronic Musical Instruments. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Fred. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Terrific to see you. And I think you are at a keyboard, if I'm not mistaken.
I am. Actually, I have the product we're going to talk about, the PXS 7000, right here in front of me. It is one beautiful instrument. I can't wait to tell you about it.
Well, the team at Casio really has done it again with these. And there are actually three new models to talk about. This is the top of the line, the S7000.
That's correct. Which is, I have the black one here. It's actually a product that's available in 3 different colors. Just to give you a quick look, that's what it looks like in what we call harmonious mustard, the black one that I have here in front of me. And what's amazing about this instrument is it's all inclusive. So what you see here is the stand and the pedal board. That's all part of the package. And there it is in white as well. So it's a really elegant Privia digital piano. It's honestly the best looking, best feeling, best sounding Privia digital piano we've ever made.
I was going to say that there's more to a digital keyboard or piano than just the looks. It's the feel, the sound. So let's get into it. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, this is a brand new design for us, and sort of the centerpiece of it is the design, and there's that glorious design in 3 colors, but the centerpiece here is the keyboard action, and it has what we call a smart scaled hammer action keyboard, or actually smart hybrid scaled hammer action keyboard. And I say hybrid because we're actually these keys are both wood and plastic. So there's spruce wood being used in these. It's actually the same spruce that you'd find in a Bechstein grand piano that you find here underneath these keys. So it's not only an elegant look, but it's an incredible feel. Everything about the keys has been redesigned over previous models. It's got an elegant touch surface on the top of the keys that will, well, it feels like a grand piano. And we've done that in a package that frankly can go anywhere. Of course, it could go in against a wall, in the middle of a room. It's a piano that's beautiful from all sides. In addition, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, given that size, it opens up the world of a truly great piano to more and more people, depending on where they live, right?
Absolutely. That's what Casio started with, the introduction of the first Privia instruments many years ago, to make instruments that were small enough to go anywhere, light enough to go anywhere. In fact, you can take this instrument off the stand and take it with you. It only weighs 32 pounds, which is remarkable for a digital piano that feels this good. So, making instruments that you can enjoy anywhere is a very big part of what we do here at Casio.
Well, let's get into more of the features here, and you can demonstrate some for us.
Sure, absolutely.
That would be a treat.
Okay, so one of the distinguishing features of this Privia instrument is that it actually has 3 different grand piano sounds in it, and many variations based on those, but there are 3 distinct grand pianos. This first one that I have up here selected right now, HG, standing for Hamburg Grand. So that's a brand of Steinway from a brand of instrument from Hamburg, Germany, which sounds a little bit like this. So as you can hear it, this particular tone has quite a range. It can be very delicate and elegant, but it also has quite an aggressive nature to it as well if you dig in. So extremely expressive tone that's suitable for such a wide variety of musical styles. The other one, the next one I want to show you is, as the name implies, Privia Grand New York. So this is a piano that was manufactured in New York, and you'll hear that it has, a different character to it. So definitely a more open, slightly brighter tone to this New York Grand. Super, great for, jazz styles and things like that. Really a rich, beautiful piano tone. And there's a lot happening under the hood, which we're going to get to in a minute if we have time, in terms of like damper resonance and sympathetic resonance. That's all being modeled under the hood by this incredible piano engine that we have. The third piano is the Berlin Grand, and this is the first time this sound has appeared outside of our Grand Hybrid series pianos, which was done in cooperation with Bechstein. So this is a Bechstein grand piano.
Just
So that's
beautiful.
that's just gorgeous, and you can hear all the resonance as I hold down the sustain pedal. That is the piano that Debussy composed on, so I had to play a little bit of that.
Well, I could listen to you all day just playing, but tell us a little bit more about your background for the audience to know, because
Oh,
you have a rich background that you're bringing to this position at Casio.
yeah. Well, I started honestly working in music stores when I was 16 years old. So I've been in the music industry for quite a while. I started playing piano as a young kid, around 8 years old, and been playing piano ever since. I got very interested in electronic musical instruments as a teenager. Like I said, that led me to working in music stores, and then eventually a degree in music as well. I Even after college, I was still finding myself working in the music stores. I found myself just obsessed with musical technology and musical instruments that we had available at the store. But that, I got recognized by some of the manufacturers for the work that I was doing. I started hired to do demonstrations and tours with particular product brands. That actually led first to a job at a company called Sonic Foundry. They were later bought by Sony and now owned by a company called Magix. So, but then I worked for Kurzweil Music Industries for several years. I've worked for Yamaha, TC Electronic, but I've been here at Casio now for just over 14 years, and this has been the wildest, most rewarding part of my entire career. I believe
And you do get to play a lot, as you were
I
saying,
do.
right?
That's one of the great things about this job, is that it's a hands-on job. We are a small team, but we're able to be directly involved in presenting these products, be it at trade shows or for our customers around the United States and North America. But I'm also involved with, to some degree, trying to steer the team in Tokyo to bring us products that will fit our market the best.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the technology, because this
Mm,
is a blend of chips and silicon
sure is.
with some of the old world piano components, I suppose, as you were saying.
Yeah, I mean the action is developed to mimic the action on an acoustic grand, and it has this amazing weighted action that replicates that feel. But under the hood, there's a lot happening, and one of the ways I can show it to you is to bring up my iPad up here on the screen, which I have connected to the keyboard via Bluetooth. So the PXS 7000 has Bluetooth wireless capability built in, and this is an app. I'll go back to the previous screen that we have called Casio Music Space. So while that app has yet released, hopefully it will. There it goes. So this is an app that works for a variety of Casio musical instruments, from our portable keyboards up to digital pianos like the one we have today. So there's some learning features and things like that for people that are just getting started. It also has some advanced features like the score viewer for people that need their music live for performance. But what I want to show you lets us get under the hood of the instrument itself in this piano remote controller. And this lets us see some of the tech that's happening here. So this instrument, the PXS 7000, has 400 tones. You can select them from the menu here on the screen. You can see they're in various categories here, whether it's, classical, electric pianos. So sounds like Storm Rider invoking. So some of the tones you see listed here are invoking particular songs you might recognize by the name. But quickly here, from here we can select tones, we can layer different sounds together. So you see I have piano and strings. I can even split the keyboard very quickly. So just as a quick example. But what I'd like to focus on is just the technology for the piano tone itself. And we have something called the acoustic simulator. And this is where the modeling technology is really advanced. So we have things like string resonance, damper resonance, open string resonance. And just to give you an idea of what's happening here, I'm going to exaggerate some of these parameters so we can hear them clearly over the stream. So damper resonance, this is when you rest your foot on the sustain pedal and the dampers are lifted off the piano and you're hearing the sound of all of the strings resonating at once. And to demonstrate this, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rest my hand on a few keys, just slow enough so they don't actually make any sound. But you see the strings are open. So when I play another note that's harmonically in common with these, you can hear the sound of these strings that I'm holding open. This is called string resonance or sympathetic resonance. So if I play a note that's not harmonically in common, we don't hear this chord. But if we play a note, we can hear those virtual strings sympathetically vibrating. It's really amazing technology. Similarly, if I use the damper pedal, that sound you're hearing isn't reverb or a space. It's the resonance of the body itself and the sound of all of those strings resonating at one time. This is obviously exaggerated right now for the purpose of demo, but you can even control things like how loud the key knocks when it hits the bottom of the throw, just as you'd hear the wood making contact on a grand piano. So all of those elements, it's almost like virtual reality that you can experience here in terms of this musical instrument. So let's see if we can hear the key action noise. So very, very subtle details, but these are things that complete the experience, that really let you forget that you're not playing an acoustic grand, because if those elements were missing, it wouldn't give you that same experience.
And if you care to dive into it, it's all customizable, obviously. Here
yeah, absolutely. So when you see tone listed here, that's the preset level that Casio has chosen for this specific piano tone. But you can override any of these parameters and set it to whatever you'd like. So if you'd like to exaggerate that string resonance, well, no problem. Just do that as you please.
And the amazing thing is that this is all being done with software, right? Mm-hmm. So are the people who do the coding musicians, or are the musicians working, right next to these guys?
Well, and to be clear,
to do this,
it's software and it's hardware. So Casio has developed chip technology, microprocessors that are doing these specific tasks. So even the fastest computers these days, of course, there are, computer-based instruments that can do a lot of this, but it's going to be an incredible load on your computer system. But because we've developed DSP that's dedicated for this musical purpose, you get a result that doesn't have any compromises and is reliable for live performance. And it's always going to be there without the time involved of booting up computers and software and all of those other things. So, and you get to experience all of that in this elegant cabinet through a new speaker system that we developed, or headphones like I have today. It's an incredible combination of features and style.
And you mentioned Bluetooth, and so those speakers, which are so rich sounding, can also be used for anything you want to play via Bluetooth, I assume, too?
Yeah, it becomes, this musical instrument, which we believe is going to be the centerpiece of many people's homes, is now also the best Bluetooth speaker system you'd have in your home. So you can use this as an entertainment device and stream music through the speaker system, or play along with songs, which we see, we imagine a lot of people will use it that way to play along with tracks or their favorite songs. So, if they're learning a piece of music, that's a great way to do it.
And typically you would have this plugged in, but I understand you can play this on batteries too?
It can run on 8 AA batteries. So, and I probably can't share it here on the broadcast, but I've had musicians send me pictures of where they're playing at a wedding reception, and the wedding reception's happening on a beach. There is no power, and guess what? That musician is able to perform as the bride and groom are walking down the aisle. The batteries will still give you great power over that speaker system. So there's so many great reasons to have that flexibility of being able to run it on batteries. And again, you can pop it off the stand and take these instruments with you.
And then those speakers are the PA system for the wedding, and
exactly. In fact, there's even a mic input on the back. So if you're a singer, songwriter, I'm not going to sing for you today. You can plug in your microphone right into the back of this, and this becomes your PA system. There's even effects you can apply to your vocal part.
Just terrific. So tell us about pricing for this. And you mentioned there are some different models, even with the 7000.
Yes.
And then you've got the other models in the new Privia line.
So the PXS 7000 in either the black or the white finish will be available for $24.99. And I just heard this morning that they're arriving already. We will probably be shipping next week here at the end of September. So that's great news. The PXS 7000 in that unique color, that what we call harmonious mustard, that's indistinguishably Casio. That one's a little bit more, some slight differences in the finish. It's $26.99.
I love that name, by the way, harmonious mustard.
Well, it is.
Sell it in a jar.
Music in a jar. It'd be fantastic. It is distinctly Casio, and I think that's the amazing thing about it. And it is so striking to see in person. So I hope your viewers do check it out. It is unbelievable looking.
And then you have the other models, the 6000, S6000, and the S5000.
Right. So the S6000, it shares many of the similarities here from the 7000, shares most of the features. The stand in that case is optional. So it does not come with the stand or that integrated pedal system. It's optional. And it has one of the 3 piano tones. It has the Hamburg Grand. That was the first one that I showed you. It has a couple other features that including some real-time control knobs and editing capabilities that are great for that live performance musician. So that's where we see, that user that needs an instrument for stage. We see them leaning a little bit more towards the 6000 as opposed to the 7000, which I think is going to be the centerpiece of many people's homes. The PXS 5000, on the other hand, that's the simplest of the instruments. So it doesn't have 350 or 400 tones as the other ones. It has 24 different sounds, but it has this keyboard action in a under 30-pound package. So it's the least expensive way to get an amazing portable grand piano sound with this keyboard action that we just adore. So that one will be around $11.99.
Where can people go for more information, Mike?
The best place is Casio.com, and from there you'll find the music instrument division right at the top of the page, if not right in the main banner featured right now.
Terrific. Well, just wonderful. Do you want to play a little tune to take us out?
Oh goodness. Sure. Let me.
Sorry for surprising.
Surprise. But yeah, no problem at all. I'll play something a little more. Oops.
Mike Martin, thanks for spending time with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.